What's up, YouTube? I'm back with another live stream. We're gonna be talking about the programs connected to this gang stalking program, this organized stalking. We're gonna be going over Pfizer 702. I'm going to show you a couple channels that you can go to, and some channels that I'm gonna be referencing that speaks of organized stalking and harassment, and also Pfizer 702, where I'm getting this stuff from. I've been following this channel for around, I would say, since like 2022, 2023. I'm going to show you um, who he's talking about. The programs he's talking about. I'm going to show you his channel too. Well, I'll just post it in the comments. So let me just turn my camera around. Okay, so you see his channel name. You can go look at all of this stuff. If you haven't seen it, it's going to give you a good idea of what is going on. But we're gonna have a little long live stream. Turn my camera back off. So we're gonna get into it. So the repeat offender program experiment was a key, and that's supposed to rope. Like I said, it's a new repeat offender program experiment. It's a new form of slavery, and all of us are victim to the system. It's not just a race. The law enforcement becomes a color. After 1968, law enforcement became a color in itself. The legal system became a color in itself. But the repeat offender program experiment was a key initiative, especially in the 1980s and the 90s, focusing on coordinated efforts by justice agencies to target, apprehend, prosecute, and incapacitate chronic offenders. Right? So you don't have to be a criminal to be on this. And when you go and look at his page, he'll tell you that you don't have to be a criminal to be on this program. You don't have to be a criminal at all. You can just be a person that's probably lashed out on somebody before. You probably did multiple times, lashed out, cursing and stuff like that. And I remember my mom used to call the police on me, like, just for like arguments and stuff like that. I remember that, like, I thought of that. After that, I was gang stalked. After that, like, for sure. I noticed it, at least. But when they make you notice it, like when they make you notice you're being gang stalked, that's when I feel like you're being gang stalked. It's not like you always being watched, but when they make you notice it, that's when I feel like it starts. Because you're gonna notice it before then. Like, you'll notice it before then. But I'm gonna keep reading, which is a problem for anyone. For anyone. Edward Snowden is all the way overseas for reading, bro. It's not just black folk now. Edward Snowden is all overseas for reading. He exposed everything that we're talking about right now. He exposed it. It makes me want to get to it right now. I know exactly what to do. And it's just it's a repetition thing. If you want to hurt this system, it's a repetition thing. But if you put signs up everywhere talking about surveillance, that those signs that make people not commit crime, if you put those up, the police will be everywhere tearing them down. For no reason. They'll tear them down for the reason of that crime runs the system. It runs the system. It's where the money funnels in. They have money because crime goes on. You got to think, bonds, all of that stuff. People sitting in jail is money, all of that. So I'm gonna keep reading real quick. Often using proactive policing and case enhancement to increase convictions and prison time for repeat criminals, with the experiments in places with Phoenix and Maryland showing success in arresting targeted individuals. It literally says targeted individuals. Like they trying to make us like, this is what AI says. It's not what AI says, but it's what it's reading from the sites. But it says targeted individuals, bro. Anyone getting on YouTube talking about why people follow me around, bro, you ain't did nothing. Anyone getting on YouTube talking about why people follow me around, oh my gosh, this is what it is, I'm being gang stalked. You ain't did nothing. You ain't did nothing. You probably lashed out on some folks before you noticed your targeting, before it went from overt to covert. You probably lashed out. I remember I was cussing people out, like random people, and they probably considered you a problem in society, and you have to go look at his channel for that. But I showed you the channel in the beginning. Y'all can go look at it. There's multiple videos on there. I need y'all to be dropping channels that y'all listen to, because I want more stuff to listen to. But this is all you need right here. But Phoenix and Maryland showing success in arresting targeted individuals and achieving harsher sentences, though sometimes at the cost of fewer overall arrests for officers. These programs aim to reduce crime by focusing resources on the small percentage of offenders committing a large portion of crimes, using strategies like special task forces, detailed criminal history documentation, and community collaboration. I believe special task forces is the people that they just bring around you, just everywhere you go. You got informants everywhere. I'm talking about it's everywhere. They're everywhere. And like I said, I had a person where I was working at. He just told me, he said snitches, informants, they everywhere. We was having like a 30-minute conversation, and some way we came across that, right? So I'm like, dang. He just said that randomly. And I'm like, yeah, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. They trying to, you get a job, they trying to push you out of the job, workplace. This is why I stress to y'all. I'm not trying to tell y'all, don't go have fun. I seen one of my targets that I listened to, great information. I wasn't telling y'all, don't go to clubs, don't have fun. I'm just saying, wait to do that stuff, because they're trying to. Even relationships, wait to do that stuff, because they're trying to make. You can't have this type of information and try to be having some money. You gotta go hard. You gotta work. I'm talking about work, 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 work. Don't worry about this stuff right now. Don't worry about the parties, the clubs. They don't want you having this type of money. They don't. They don't. Because the information that we carry just to being followed around everywhere, to you coming to the conclusion that everybody is being watched, bro, that is dangerous information. It can strip they get paid off tax dollars, right? But that extra funding that they get from criminals being arrested, it can strip that from them. They like that money. I guess they need it or something. It can strip that from them. So it's critical information. Like, it's critical information. But I'm gonna keep reading. This is stuff that people don't read. This is it's not off targeting. It's kind of off just the slavery of the country that people don't even notice. The slavery that we're in. People don't even notice. Like, people conversations too comfortable. Their conversations are too comfortable. They don't feel watched. They don't feel listened to. When they are, you can't get me to commit a crime. That's why they do this stuff to me. You can't get me to commit a crime. You can't. You can't. It's too much surveillance. You can't get me to 20. I mean, no, not I mean, but you can't get me to. You can't get me alone with a girl in a room that's 16 or 17, and I'm like, all right, forget it, dude, because somebody looking at that, and even if they weren't, I'm not doing it. I'm not even gonna be in that position. But you can't get that'll never happen. That'll never happen, ever. You can't get that. You can't get that. Even before 2018, before I knew about all the surveillance, you can't. That's not happening. But yeah, like they say, if you put something in a book, you put something in a book. You know, if you want to hide something, put it in a book. If you want to hide something, put it on the news. It's the same thing. And I'm once again, I should have said it before this video started, but I don't know any target individual. Personally, I'm not on here to send y'all subliminal messages. I'm not on here, and I will take a lie test. I'm not on here to send y'all subliminal messages. I don't know any of y'all personally. I'm not part of any organizations, of anything, you know, anything. I'm not a part of no surveillance. I'm not watching y'all in y'all privacy. I don't know any of y'all. I'm on here to not, I wouldn't say, well, yeah, kind of help. Yeah, help. First, it was about me posting like my life story and stuff like that. But you get to listening and listening and listening, and then you get to finding like the problems with like what's causing people this anger. The anger I used to get. What's causing people this anger? It was, and what was causing the anger was people thinking that these people that's on the street are a part of some type of cool club. When it's causing you the anger that is about to get you, make you do something so you can end up in the system. So you can end up in jail. So it's making you that angry. So you know what they working for? If somebody is doing something subliminally, nonverbal communication, and they're trying to make you do something, flash out, curse somebody out, whatever. Who is they? You gotta use logistics before intelligence. Intelligence is nothing. Logistics is extremely important. Extremely important. Intelligence, I'm not intelligent. I'm extremely logistical. I apply it to everything. I apply it to everything. So they say if you want to put something in the book, I mean, if you want to put something, if you want to hide something, put it in the book. That's the truth. If you want to hide something, put it in the book. Guess what? You want to hide something, put it on the news. You want to hide something from criminals, put it on the news. Put it in a book. Put it on the news. Put it on Google. Make them have to research it and read, because that's the new book nowadays. Research it and read. If you want to hide something, put it in the book. Guess what? They hiding all these technologies. They hiding the fact that everything is really surveilled. We can be looked at through our phone cameras. They hiding that stuff from criminals. Criminals just run around here thinking they just free and just, you know what I'm saying? And this is not for myself. They started to make me talk like this. Because it's like, why y'all not doing that to them? But I realized they can't. And the reason they not doing this stuff to criminals is because they're already on that death or jail path. That's why they don't target criminals. Plus, criminals wouldn't even notice it. They're always around people. I said that in my last video. They wouldn't even notice. So they'll put these type of technologies on the news. No criminals watching the news. No criminals watching the news. I'm sorry. They'll put these technologies that catch criminals on the news sometimes. They'll put it on the internet, of course. They're not looking this stuff up. They're not looking it up. They're not. They don't care. When they go do something, they just think about, oh yeah, let me put on some gloves and a mask and let's just go do it. Not knowing they will be caught anyway, and not knowing the program, they'll end up talking about it, and that'll be their way of being caught. And this is not for me. I'm just telling you I'm telling you how sick this system is. Can't be for me. Especially that scenario. Come on now. I'm not playing gangster anymore. And I haven't done anything in my life. I'm not trying to play gangster anymore. That's over with. That's over with. Just explaining the typical criminal, gangster. Like, people think that they won't be caught for these things because they don't know these technologies. They don't even know their text messages being read. They don't even know that. They don't even know that. They don't even know their text messages can be read, bro. They don't even know that. They don't know that. They don't. So we're living in a slavery system, and it's law enforcement has become a color, and it's all of us. Law enforcement is a color, like black or white. They're doing this stuff to all of us. They're doing this stuff to all of us, and people just think they just just good. Those aren't good people, bro. It's crazy. It's insane. But I'm gonna keep reading the next line. Coordination. Bringing together police, prosecutors, and courts to prioritize repeat offenders. Targeting. Identifying high risk individuals through data, surveillance, and informants. Targeting. Identifying high risk individuals through data, surveillance, and informants, rather than just responding to individual crimes. Do I need to read that again? Or do I need to flip my camera around and show you where I'm reading from? Or you can just go to my post and look at it. But I just explained to you there is no argument. What I just explained to you was the new system of slavery. That's what I just explained to you. There's no argument about it. That's 100%. Now you know your system is disgusted. Now you know that. 100. There's no argument. I just gave you a whole scientific method that nobody has ever given you. By just using logistics instead of trying to use intelligence. Instead of trying to use intelligence, because intelligence, I can create a game and make you intelligent about the game. I can create and forget intelligence, bro. Forget intelligence. I can create a game, a board game. I can create a board game and make you intelligent about a board game. So forget intelligence, bro. Let's just talk logistics. Let's just talk logistics. Forget intelligence. Let's talk logistics. So we'll repeat that again. Targeting, identifying high risk individuals through data, surveillance, and informants rather than just responding to individual crimes. Identifying high risk individuals through data, surveillance, and informants rather than just responding to individual crimes. That is sick, bro. That's sick. So they looking at you sweating when you walking down the aisle by yourself and you in an empty grocery store, nobody else in it but the people. While you know they looking, they watching you sweat because you know they looking at you. When you walk down the aisle, they hacked all in the cameras. They watching you sweat and be nervous because you know you being looked at, but you don't. Now you know who's looking at you. It's only 3-letter agencies, right? So you don't really care anymore. But yeah, I mean you shouldn't. Like you shouldn't. I don't know why you think a citizen or your classmates would be hacking um, the store cameras to watch you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not them. But I'll read the next one. ROP units work to build stronger cases, adding charges and documenting prior records to secure convictions and longer sentences. That ain't really got nothing to do with a target, but I'm going to proactive enforcement using undercover work. stings, and focused patrols to catch offenders in the act. This is what you're dealing with. Like, you gonna commit a crime when you know that they're watching you. Bro, I've been targeted since 2018. 2018, and this is nothing else but this. I've been targeted since 2018, bro. 2018. Going through the same stuff. Indirected conversations everywhere that I go. Can't ever be in a store alone ever at any time of the day. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Never. Look at this stuff, bro. And it's called rope. And it's being used on millions. It's being used on the whole world. And we're gonna get into FISA 702 too. Establish local steering councils for coordinated planning, aiming system-wide focus on repeat offenders. That's Maryland Rope. A randomized experiment showed ROU cases led to significantly higher prison commitments and longer sentences, though conviction rates were always higher and reported by RAND. This don't have much to do with the target, but like I said, he said, the guy that I showed you on the on my screen, the beginning of the live, that you can go look at some of his videos. You don't even have to be a criminal to be on this. Go look at all his videos. He'll let you know better than me. I'm just kind of on here because I said I was finna be on here. Like, look, I don't know what people don't get. I'm not scared of no police, bro. I don't care what you try to do. I'm never changing. I'm never conforming to the system. I can't. I see. I can see. I just explained with there's no argument, bro. A judge even said what I said. Judge Joe Brown even said what I said, bro. There's no argument. There's no argument. I'm not scared of you. So that's why I'm on here. I'm kind of just, y'all could just go to the person live that I was just showing you. But yeah, this is nothing about that. We just innocent people being targeted, bro. That's all it is. We just normal people being targeted, bro. And they go around trying to spread lies and stuff like that to people. Spread lies to your mind. Spread lies to your mind because of how it will make you react. Whether it's it'll make you pick up a spending habit, or it'll make you just completely crash out. It'll make you, anything like that. They're trying to get any type of result that they can. Any type of result. But yeah, it's not gonna work. I already know what it is. Like, we've already seen Myra May's story. Let me tell you a little bit about Myra May's story if you don't know. Myra Mays I believe was a prosecutor or a lawyer, one of the two. Same thing, right? In his background, you can see in his videos he has I think a staircase that, spinning stairs. Nice life, right? A nice life, right? He's a prosecutor or a lawyer. Myra Mays was being non-verbally communicated and verbally communicated subliminally that he was going to be incarcerated. Myra Mays then went to uh, a police precinct and asked what he do. I think they said, they said walk out or something like that. They told him to leave or something like that. They don't know what he's talking about. Then he went and did what he did because of what was going on. Now, of course, I wouldn't do no stuff like that. I'm just saying, you get what they're trying to do. We have the same thing going on. You get what they're trying to do. They're trying to tell people that certain things are going to happen to them. While not doing those things, you can't do that. We see what happens when you do that. You can't do that because you see what happens when that's being done. You can't do that. You cannot try to tell somebody that subliminally, non-verbally, they hiring people trying to tell them that they going to jail and being incarcerated and stuff like that. And you see what he did. You can't do that to people. You can't do that to people. That's a scientific method for a crash out. It's a scientific method. It's like, I wonder why they thought he wasn't gonna do that or something. I mean, by the way, he was a kind of feminine guy, you know. So he probably thought he wasn't gonna do what he did, and that just boosted him up to do what he did because he probably knew he was kind of, you know, flamboyant. But I believe he was, you know, I think he was just a regular straight dude. I believe so, but it's kind of flamboyant. But I guess they thought he wasn't gonna do nothing, and he did what he did. That's the whole story. He spoke on gangstalking, unlike Gavin Long and all of those other people. Those people didn't really speak on it, but he was actually being gang stalked, and that's the only um, thing like that has ever been hidden. Like all of those shootings that happen like that, they're all not hidden. They're all in the public. The one that talks about gang stalking, it's hidden. It's hidden. Why is that? Because they're really doing that stuff. They're really doing that stuff, and it's even worse when you have stuff to lose. But it's just like, you know, I don't care. I don't feel like I'd never walk. I don't think I've done anything in my life. I'm not finna ask nothing. I don't care. Hey, you do what you do. I'm with God. I will never conform to the system ever. I won't even peep the option to. I won't even do anything that'll make you think I'm finna conform to the system. Sorry, I'm not. I don't care what you do. There's no option. Put me in orange, stripes, orange, beige, whatever color it is. I'm never conforming to the system. Do it forever, just like Jesus. However you can. They do that to me every day. They do that to me every day. They say that stuff to me every day. I've been on YouTube since 2018. I ain't started talking. They started doing that when I yeah, they started. I've been on YouTube since 2018. Once I started to save money, that's when they started doing that. And that, I believe that was around 2022. Yeah, that was around 2022. I've been targeted since 2018. I've been thinking targeting was about something else, like just cults, cool kids doing this to us. That's what I thought it was about. I thought targeting was about cults and cool kids doing this stuff to us, and we ain't in the Illuminati, so we ain't gonna know. Then you realize it's the cops. It's three-letter agencies, the CIA, the FBA. You know, so yeah, like once you realize it's them, like you just it's their third-party companies. They never come clean with that stuff ever. They never do. So what you just have to understand is that ignore that type of stuff and just let them do that. I know I said, you know, don't go to parties and stuff like that. Don't do that. Don't forget religions. Don't forget religions. I mean, you say religions, but like it's a lot of people in church doing that. I would say it's a lot of people that go to church doing that. It's a lot of people that go to church doing that. Like they'll be in church and they have nothing to do with. They don't have anything to do with the scripture. A targeted individual, a targeted individual's, a targeted individual's life has everything to do with the scripture. That's why I tell y'all to connect to that. Or if you was like a Satanist or an atheist and you're not connected to God, you need to read some type of scriptures. Some scriptures. I would get annoyed with that. I get real annoyed with that. But yeah, don't forget religions. Yeah, not for sure. That's for sure. Like it's all this stuff is in the Bible. Even the lack of knowledge. Your people will perish for lack of knowledge. It's in the Bible as well. They're perishing for lack of knowledge. People running around. I'm scared to do anything. People running around here. Um, I'm scared to do anything. People running around here doing everything, thinking they just being. They conversations very smooth, thinking they not being listened to. They commit crimes, going to jail, all of that, bro. And it's sad. So your people will fail for lack of knowledge. People will fail for lack of knowledge. And that's just one scripture. It's multiple. It's multiple scriptures to go through. But yeah, like people in church, they even do gang stalking, and gang stalking is in the Bible. Imagine that. That's crazy. You would be stalked, followed, and they in the church saying that. You can't even. They in church listening to scriptures that say you will be stalked, followed, and harassed. Whoop the whoop. I don't mean to. I'm not trying to mess that scripture up. That's basically what it says, where you can't walk your streets, stuff like that. But it's just like, how are you in church and you gang stalking? Like, really, like that's crazy. Like that's crazy. It's crazy. It's insane. But you know where those people going. But yeah, that's just what that is. I get on here to show I'm not scared too. That's another reason I get on here. I get on here to show. I say 80% to help other people remove the mental illness from their mind. Um, that this program induced by making you think citizens were involved, by actually involving them through notification and things like that, by actually involving them through by making you think citizens involved, inducing the mental illness by making you think citizens involved, by actually involving them through notification, make you think the citizens are involved with surveillance when it's only three that are agencies involved with the surveillance, but the citizens push that narrative in front of you through directed conversations. Hey, I'm watching you in your house. Not like they won't say that, but they'll say they'll say something you did in your house to somebody else while they having another conversation. You know, they done did all type of stuff to me, bro. Non-verbal communication, telling me certain things, trying to put stuff in my mind, all type of stuff, bro. But it's cool. They are involved. They take videos of me. Yeah, they are involved. Citizens are involved. Like, yeah, they are involved, bro. But it's not. They not. I say this in every live, bro. A citizen does not have a hidden camera in your house, bro. You're gonna go insane doing that. You're gonna be the first person walk outside, punch somebody in their mouth, bro. Citizens aren't watching you in your house, bro, or in your privacy. Not citizens. Anybody doing that is connected to a three-letter agency, bro. So that's why I say it don't matter. Like I used to think it was like a bunch of models, bro. Like I used to think it was a bunch of models watching me in my house through a hidden camera. I'd be sweating, bro. Like, I used to be like, I used to just have to sit down, like not do anything. Like I used to just be stuck. Cause I'm thinking it's a bunch of models watching me, like in my house. Like, bro, that's not the truth. That's not the truth. You know, the surveillance is used by three-letter agencies. They get the effects by telling you that it's citizens involved in your surveillance. That's how that affects. If you think citizens got a hidden camera in your house, bro, you don't know who it is, and you thinking it's multiple people, bro, you gonna go insane, bro. It's a scientific method to that. That's why the movies show you that. So yes, citizens are involved. Citizens aren't involved with the surveillance. I say this stuff in every live, because that's something I really want to just remove from out of this community and people thinking like that. And oh, my coworkers listening to me in my house, bro, they're getting notified, or it's just you know, one of them probably listening and they're starting a conversation based off around what you would think a directed conversation would come from. You would think everybody's involved. You might have one coworker that probably do listen to you in your house, or none of them do, and they just all receive notifications to act in a certain way. But never think like that. Never think like that. Because we listen to truth, bro. Like everything we watch, you think regular citizens surveilling your phone, you watching Pfizer 702, but they don't know what that is. So understand who's watching you, and you'll be a little bit more comfortable. Like I'm completely comfortable. They don't know what that is, bro. Citizens ain't watching. OMG, they yes, and they're connected to three-letter agencies. They're they're cops. I mean, if that's what your mindset, they're law enforcement, bro. And if that's what your mindset is, you have to put them in a. I haven't seen that. You have to put them into that's bro. Surveillance is a cop job. Hello. Surveillance is a cop job, bro. Surveillance is a three-letter agency job. That's a law enforcement job. And the argument's over now, or the debate, or the question that you got. I mean, the question that you have, bro. They're not doing that. Yeah, they put it in group chats. They do. They do put it in group chats. They do put it in group chats. But citizens are surveilling you in your house, bro. That's a law enforcement. That's a law enforcement job. They tell you that, but that's a law enforcement job. Surveillance of any type outside of you watching your own house, outside of you watching your own cameras. If you watching somebody else in the house, that's a law enforcement job, bro. That's a law enforcement job. Like there's no debate with that. I don't care who's doing that, but I don't care if they never talk to law enforcement. I don't care if they ain't working for them for real, and they are law enforcement. I mean, surveillance is a law enforcement job, bro. So that's why you should be comfortable in your house. Oh, you international. Just sit back and listen, bro. He's international or she's international, bro. Just sit back and listen. Just sit back and listen. I'm sorry, I ain't know. He don't know what he talking about. She don't know what she talking about. Just sit back and listen. Just sit back and listen. He international, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, like, they probably do that out there. Yeah, I don't even think they do that out there. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, that's surveillance is a law enforcement job. So they're trying to take your comfortability, and they're also trying to make you talk to yourself and put yourself in a situation or something like that. That's what they're trying to make you do. That's what they're trying to make you do. So I need y'all to not talk to yourself. I'm not gonna kick you off the live, bro. Just stop commenting because you trying to make people paranoid, bro. Only law enforcement is listening. No targeted individual should be worried about law enforcement. Listen to them, bro. You got on here questioning why everybody following you around. You shouldn't be worried about law enforcement listening to anything you say, bro, at all. But yeah, it's only law enforcement, bro. So, and those are the informants, the ones that's putting in group chats. If quote unquote, if they do, those are informants. It is their surveillance don't matter, and I doubt they even surveilling people in their house either. So it don't matter. Don't comment no more. I'm not gonna block you though, because you throwing it off, and it's not. That's not. It's not logistical. It's not logistical. People can't. Yeah, it's not logistical. But yeah, Pfizer 702. Just watching the surveillance, they have to harass you when they surveil you. They can't just surveil you. You feel what I'm saying? Like they have to harass you when they surveil you. They have to let you know that they're targeting you. You know, and that's why I say they'll use citizens to pretend as if they're surveilling you, if they're listening to every word you say, just so you'll talk to yourself, talk more, and talk to yourself. I don't want to keep repeating myself, um, but that's what that is. It's a scientific method to that. And then once you go into why it's not possible, you think citizens mirroring your phone screen and listening, watching you in your house, bro. People conversations are they own too comfortable. People got private things they don't want to get out. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. But yeah, they have to harass you. They can't just surveil you. Surveilling you would be pointless. They have to harass you while they surveil you. Basically trying to ruin a person's life, bro. Without any nothing. Without doing anything to you. Without saying anything to you. You don't get no police coming up to you. None of that. Just ruining your life for nothing. And it's really going on. So that's why I stress. I be like, yo, like, bro, you can't. I mean, you can go out to parties, but going out to parties gonna lead to materialism, right? You're not gonna want to go out to a party with the same shoes you had on last time. So party clubbing opens you up to materialism. All of that stuff opens you up to materialism. You need to wait before you do that stuff. I used to dress nice. I stopped. All I wear is sweatpants and hoodies and stuff like that. Just regular shirts. But I used to dress nice and stuff like that. But yeah, like you just have to you have to let that stuff go, like for a little bit. Like that clubbing and stuff like that, clubbing scientifically, psychologically, however you want to put it, logistically, clubbing is going to lead you to a mall. And then from the mall you go to the club. If you get what I'm saying, right? That's financial deprivation in its own. This is why I use logistics, bro. I just use logistics just then. I'm just telling y'all to wait before you do that. If you don't want to, that's cool. I'm not trying to. It's undebatable advice. I mean, advice. It's undebatable advice, bro. Undebatable advice. You know, you're not going out to the club in the same clothing. I mean, unless you just already got clothes and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure you probably want something new and stylish. So it's gonna lead you to, it's gonna lead you to materialism. So I'm saying, wait. You gotta stack some money. You gotta stack some money. I'm saying, wait. Like you gotta stack. You gotta stack. Because they're trying to financially deprive you, bro. Like you can't. They're trying to. That's the biggest part of targeting. Which, at the end of the day, that's what you should be worried about. That's the only thing you should be worried about. Because that's what they're doing. Like they're trying to financially deprive you. Like literally, like they're trying to financially deprive you. I give you logistical methods. I'm not in intelligence. I don't do intelligent. I do logistical methods, bro. Logistical. I'm all logics. All logics. I'm giving y'all this because I don't do that. I don't even party. I can't name how many parties I done been to. Like, it's not even. I mean, I can name probably every party that I've been to. I can name every party, club. Any time that I've been to a club, I can name it. Any party I've been to, I can name it. Because it ain't been that many. But when I go out, when I started being targeted, I stopped. Like, I ain't go to no more parties, none of that. I like, forget it. You know, it's gonna lead you to, and I learned this year just to use logistics. It's going to lead you to um materialism. It's gonna lead you to materialism. It's gonna lead you to um yeah, it's gonna lead you to materialism. I'm not doing none of that. Nothing. I ain't never ever ever. You know, anybody that's you feels you just can't escape the mindset that you feel they're so into your lifestyle, so into your life, bro. You have to write them off as an informant, bro. You think they surveilling you? You have to write them off as an informant, bro. That's what that is. Surveillance is a cop job, bro. Like, let's just use logistics, not intelligence, bro. That's a cop job, bro. Surveillance is a cop informant job. I mean, it's a cop job, actually. It's a cop job. Surveillance is a cop job. So you have to write them off as, because some of y'all just can't escape the fact that it's only three little agencies watching y'all. When I thought just like y'all, oh, it's citizens. Oh, this citizens listening to me. Let me curse this certain person out because I know they're going to hear it. Just think of that, bro. Think of a network like that. You feel what I'm saying? That's not happening, bro. That's not true. So it's great. It's just great. They just try to take the happiness from you. You was happy by yourself. You was happy chilling. You was just happy doing you. They're trying to take your privacy away from you. So you just gotta just remain calm, bro, and just do you. But yeah, I gave y'all the guys' channel. I'm not gonna go into all of that. I got my own. I got the same theory, but I don't usually talk about these programs and stuff like that. I usually do, but I don't go and research them and look them up and stuff like that, and all of that. Like, I don't, so yeah, like, but I gave y'all the channel. Y'all can look up Legacy Talk with, let me see. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm just stealing this information. I have to put it in the comments section and put it on the screen. That'll give you a better idea of what you're going through. Um, like I said, they do put innocent, normal people in this program. I'm pretty sure you're not a criminal. It never was a criminal if you were targeted. Um, yeah, just go look at his stuff. You decided to look up gang stalking. I'm pretty sure you weren't a criminal. Never was a criminal. So just go look that up. Look up his channel. He got a lot of good information on there. Some of y'all probably know him already or seen his channel. It's only a few videos on there, but he got some good information. I didn't mean to do that on purpose. Just sniffle. But yeah, he got some good information. So y'all just go look that stuff up. I'll probably stay on here if I can get some more comments or something like that. I'll probably stay on here. But yeah, especially that first video he has. It's insane. If you go look up the 7 layers of targeting, it's insane, and that's what he has on his name. Of That's what he has on his name for his the video that. But yeah, this is what that is. So you just gotta understand what's going on, who's doing this stuff, in order to grab a little bit of comfortability. Um, yeah, that's all I want. I just want y'all comfortable in y'all house, bro. Comfortable everywhere, actually in public. I want y'all comfortable in public wherever y'all go, bro. Wherever y'all go. Just know it's informants everywhere. Them ain't no cool kids, bro. Like I said, I'm gonna do a series that say, thought you was a Freemason, thought you was Illuminati, thought you was whatever other cult there is. You know what I'm saying? You thought you was. All of that stuff is infiltrated. There is no such thing as secret society, bro. Law enforcement is in every secret society, bro. Yeah, law enforcement is in everything, bro. It's so funny, bro. Like there is no secret society, bro. That's funny, bro. It's so funny. Like, bro, law enforcement's in everything. They infiltrated everything back in the day. Everything, especially them Freemasons. But it's 90%. They lodges. 90% Freemasons is cops. 10% of Freemasons, gangsters, regular people, artists, like just older people, stuff like that. I ain't even trying to be disrespectful to them, bro. But that's what that is. What it consists of, bro. Those Freemason like consist of cops. I ain't trying to be disrespectful to no Freemason thing. I'm just telling you the connection between the cops and that. The cops are in that. So that's why I'm saying it, because the cops in it. The cops are the only people that have the technology to be doing the stuff that they do to you. 3 little agencies, Homeland Security. Like somebody got us in this little fake evil game, bro, trying to make you look a certain type of way. This little evil fake game. This little evil fake movie game. Some sick, somebody sick, just sitting back watching us just look crazy. This little sick evil movie game. It ain't no citizens watching us like a movie though, bro. That's not the truth. That'll cause an early heart attack, bro. That will cause an early heart attack. Stop thinking citizens watching you when there's 3 little agencies watching you, and citizens being used to tell you that they watching you and listening to you in your house, because it'll cause an early heart attack, bro. It's being used for directed conversations, stuff like that. That's what citizens being used for, and they're being compensated for that. They do not care. They do not care. They don't. They don't care. They don't care. They don't have a personal problem with us. Some of them do though. Some of them do. Some of them do have a personal problem with us. Some of these citizens that we see on the street, uh, anywhere, some of them have a personal problem with us. Some of them. Some of them. That's just some of them though. It's not all of them. I would say that's rare. Matter of fact, that would actually be stupid too. They probably don't even know us at all, or they probably got a profile of what the things that we have going on. That'll probably make them have a little personal problem or something like that. Probably, I don't know how that part works. I'm just here. This is the breather channel. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, ain't no model watching you through no hidden camera, bro. You feel what I'm saying? There's no model watching you through a hidden camera, bro. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just the breather channel. That's what I used to think. I used to think it was a damn model or my old classmates watching me through a hidden camera, bro. But like I say this in every video, bro. Dang, I gotta stop this. But Airbnb um, reported a person that was staying in the Airbnb. Multiple people that were staying in Airbnbs reported hidden cameras. Why do we think non-law enforcement citizens are watching this? Like I said, this is the breathing channel, bro. This is the logistical channel, bro. Only law enforcement, people with the technology, and people that have it, bro. So this the breather channel. This the breathing channel. This the don't cause a goddamn seizure channel. The breathing channel. This the don't cause a seizure channel. Yeah, yeah. Because you thinking people watching you in your house. You thinking regular citizens are watching you in your house. When it's only through little agencies. I keep repeating myself. I'm finna get off of here. But yeah, sometimes stuff need to be repetitive. Unless somebody got some more comments or something. But yeah, sometimes stuff need to be repetitive. You need to understand that. You know, get them logistics. Get the logistics in your life, bro. Not intelligence. Don't be intelligent. Be logistical. Don't be intelligent. Be logistical. Intelligence, like I said, I can make a board game and make you intelligent about that game, about that board game. Don't be intelligent. Be logistical. Because I can make a board game and make you intelligent about that game. I can make you intelligent about a board game. I can make a board game and make you intelligent about it. So don't be intelligent. Be logistical, bro. Know this system sick. They got these criminals. I have zero worries. But they got these criminals running around here, uh, no knowledge. They try to. They cops acting like they trying to keep society safe. They want people not to commit crime and stuff like that. They got these dumb criminals running around here doing everything in the world, and thinking that nobody's watching them, and then they get caught. But they putting these technologies on places like the news where the criminals don't watch it. They put it on the online where criminals don't look it up. They put it on the news. You can read it somewhere. You feel what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, bro. Like it's sickening. Understand your system is sick, and this is for others. I mean, I know they don't see these channels, but this is for others. That's for them. This for me to show you how sick your system is, how sick where we living at is, bro. That's the shame, bro. If you want to put something, if you want to tie something, they say put it in the book. If you want to hide something, they say put it in the book. But they hiding all these technologies that's documented, and it's. I'm saying it's hidden when it's documented stuff. Like the technologies they have to surveil people and stuff like that is documented. All this stuff is documented, bro. But they know criminals don't research it or watch the news. But it's like a very simple way they can get that stuff across the criminals, bro. I'm talking about I could do that stuff right now. I could do it right now. I guarantee you, if I put them signs up outside, it'll be the police tearing them signs down because them criminals have to walk past this stuff every day, and they'll just put it in their mind. Just put it in their mind, like, oh, I ain't finna do nothing. They watching everything. Must be one of this. Must be the CIA. They watching everything. They letting us know. It'll put it in their mind, bro, and then to stop the funding that they're getting off of bonds and stuff like that. I mean, that's I feel like doing that, bro. Like I literally, no one ever thought about doing that. Like no, that is the greatest idea in the world. If you put that stuff on every like street corner, yeah, yeah. So whatever you know, yeah, get in the rush. But if they put that stuff on like every street, bro, all crime will stop. If they put that stuff on every street and it's repetitive, this is repetitive on every street. Don't do this. Every crime is being watched. Don't do anything. You will be. Every crime is being watched. There's so many technologies. Don't do anything. You will be caught. They can put that stuff on every street. It'll strip all the money that they have, bro. All the money. They don't do that. When you don't know why, they put it on the news because it's like putting it inside a book for a criminal. And I'm not saying it to mess with nobody. I'm not saying that to mess with nobody, but it's like putting it inside a book for a criminal. Putting that stuff on the news, putting these technologies on the news, is like putting that stuff on a book in a book for a criminal. They don't watch that. They're not looking that up. They're not looking that stuff up. You feel what I'm saying? So I come with logistics instead of intelligence. I can take all their money. I can take the legal system money, all they bond money. I can take the money just based off of what I just said. This simple stuff. It's simple. I feel like going to do it right now. I feel like doing it right now. So yeah, you feel what I'm saying? Like it just make me want to jump up and do it. Like why you think I'm gonna crash out? You mad at me because I got a disability check and I ain't stupid? You think I'm just gonna crash out and mess my stuff up? Huh? Okay, how about I go put stuff on the street that'll make all your bonds stop? I do it in every 50 states. Get people to do it in every 50 states, every street it is, every violent area it is. People only do stuff because they don't think the consequences. They don't think of consequences. That's why people do stuff. If they was able to see that stuff every day, it'll stop. I can literally. No one has ever thought of this. I can literally take the system. I can literally take the legal system's money, their bonds, all the stuff they getting off of bonds, keeping this stuff away from people. So some people you just need to watch who you playing with. I don't use intelligence. I use logistics. I might be live tomorrow if I have something else to talk about. But yeah, I'll probably be live tomorrow or the next day. I feel like probably going live tomorrow. I keep being repetitive, the same thing. I keep saying the same thing, but I'll probably be live tomorrow. But I'm finna get off of here. I love y'all. Y'all be safe and peace out.